as well.
Ken Francis on the line. From where are you, Ken?
Hi, Ken.
Good morning to you. Good morning from here, from the corner of East 47th and Lexington in the greatest city in the world, New York City.
Are you having fun, Ken?
Boys, now you told me before I went, and Bruce, I would hear you doing your reports when you're off on your cruises from here out in the streets of New York, and I would listen to them, and you told me, Ken, you've got to go to New York. It is the greatest place you will see, and boys, no description that either of you could give could possibly explain just how amazing this city is.
Quite unique in the world, quite different from anything else you'll ever see. Now, I want you to do a circle. I want you to do a look at where you're at. Just tell me what you can see.
All right, as I look to my right down to East 48th, I'm looking at the Waldorf Astoria, which is a little bit under construction at the moment. They're doing some renovations. One of the great things here in New York is that they're actually looking after their heritage, and a couple of the very well-known places are getting a bit of a touch-up. As I look directly in front of me, the Grand Central Station Terminal, which is just unbelievable. Now, Bruce, I went in there and I thought of you because we've often talked about the great Cary Grant movie North by Northwest.
Yes.
And while I was in there with the wonders of modern technology, I looked up on my phone the actual locations where Cary Grant goes to buy that train ticket. Yeah. And there I was, standing in the exact spot.
Isn't that
Did you take a selfie?
Isn't that marvellous?
Oh, absolutely. Now, boys, if I walk 2 blocks to my right, and if I stand on a grill above the subway, my skirt will
Don't tell me if you were
wearing
wearing a skirt.
Oh.
What do you mean, if?
Oh, well, all right. You can get away. You can get away with it in the Big Apple.
You can, man. You can, dude. I tell you, it's a crazy city.
And you get to stand over that. You get to stand over that grate, and you'll get the thrill of a lifetime, knowing that you are replicating Marilyn Monroe.
It is 2 blocks from my hotel, the grate where Marilyn Monroe stood.
Is there a neon sign saying this is it?
No, there's not. And actually, I'll tell you a little bit of trivia. When that was filmed, I think was it the 7-Year Itch, Phil?
That's it, yes.
Yes.
Yes. When that was filmed, there was such a crowd that gathered when Marilyn stood over the grill. The scenes that you see of her walking towards the grill are here on Lexington Avenue. But when she actually stands on that grill and the train goes under the subway and up goes the skirt, they had to shoot that again in a studio because there was just so many people gathering around when it happened.
Oh, man, there would be. Now, I want you to take a little walk down the alleys, and you're going to come across a little jewel in the crown that I found, and I got the thrill of a lifetime when I saw the Ed Sullivan Theatre.
Oh, now I have not seen that yet. Now, I do want to see it, the Ed Sullivan Theatre, but point me in the right direction. But where am I going? Am I going east? Am I going west?
Man, you're going east-west all over the town.
This is unbelievable, the city. As I look down now to my left, I'm looking at the Chrysler Building. I can see the building that at 2 a.m. 2 mornings ago, boys, I was on the 102nd floor of the Empire State Building.
You're right in the very heart of it. You're right in the center of it. It's wonderful. And that Ed Sullivan Theatre is not far from where you are. It's just a little from Times Square, and that's where it is.
Oh, now that Times Square is... I mean, we see it in the movies, we see it on television, but to stand in the middle of it, and to stand there in the middle of the mid-morning when it's pitch black, and that thing is lit up like a Christmas tree 24 hours a day, it is just mind-blowing.
And we think it is as large as the Taj Mahal, it's big as Little Burke Street.
Absolutely.
Oh, Ken, you paint a wonderful picture.
Hey, Ken, try and get yourself tickets for the David Letterman show.
Well, that's what we're saying.
That's what we were just saying.
Yeah, but
now,
I'll
tell you what I do have tickets for. I've got tickets. I'm going down to Broadway. I've got tickets to see the Carole King story.
Oh.
Now, that's playing at the Stephen Sondheim. And unlike the ABBA musicals or the musical with all the music from Queen, this one is actually the story of Carole King. So it's not only her songs, but also her story. And it's just getting rave reviews here in the Village Voice.
Who did she write with? Can you remember?
Was it Carole King and Jerry Goffin?
Kevin, very good.
And we went to see her perform live, didn't we, Ken?
We have, and now there is a stage show about her life, so I can't wait
Oh,
to see
yes.
that. But I've got to tell you, boys, I flew in originally to LA, and I thought to myself, well, here I am in the Hollywood Hills, the Hollywood sign just above my head. I thought, what do I do? I'll just relax here in the hotel room. I'll flick on the telly in Hollywood. The first thing I see, an AFL replay.
Ha-ha! Isn't that marvellous?
I thought this is ridiculous. I can't watch West Coast and Richmond while I'm sitting in Hollywood. I'll flick the channel. I flick the channel. I get the wiggle.
Yeah.
Very funny.
No, this is not on. I flick it across. I get high five. I thought this is ridiculous. So I went to the documentary channel. I get a documentary on AC/DC. So I'm sitting in Hollywood watching AC/DC performing on Countdown. And then, if that's not enough, interviews with Glenn A. Baker, Jonathan Coleman, and get this, boys, you'll love this, sitting in Hollywood watching an interview with Richard Wilkins.
Oh, Ken, that's marvellous.
I could have stayed home.
Oh, that's marvellous. Thank you. A lovely report, a very, very good eyewitness account of those cities. Thank you, Ken.
Oh, I both very much, boys. I can't wait to get back. But thank you so much for inspiring me to come here.
Oh.
The greatest city in the world.
It really is. It really is. If you make it there, Ken, you've made it anywhere.
And don't get mugged.
Right.
Don't get mugged.
Oh, well, that's right. Thank you, Ken. Very good report. Good eyewitness report.
Yeah.
Ken